The night sky above Earth was calm, silent, beautiful, but somewhere, far away in the void, a ship trembled on its last breath. It was ancient, battered, and wounded. Inside, lights flickered, sensors wailed, and then, without warning, a signal began, a cry for help. A universal distressed call pulsed through space, carried on pulses of light and frequency. It crossed countless light years, untouched by distance or darkness, seeking any listener, and Earth was listening. Deep underground, hidden beneath layers of rock and concrete, a black bunker hummed with activity. Within its walls, the world's most secret military project lay in wait. Men and women in uniform stared at screens showing the incoming signal, eyes widening as the data decoded itself. Voice modules translated alien words into fractured but clear English. Help us. They are coming. ... We cannot stop them. A moment of silence followed as the translation settled in the room. Then the commander spoke, voice low and careful. Forward every channel. From satellite relays, ground stations, any medium we have. Repeat, we have a distress signal coming from deep space. Hands moved. Engineers pressed buttons. Analysts tracked the source, a remote star system at the edge of known space. No official space agency had launched there, no probe, but the signal came alive, desperate, pleading. It spoke in basic words, clear, simple, English. Earth understood. It was a message crafted to reach humanity, anyone, not a specific race. Back in the signal room, one analyst shook his head. It's not just English, it's basic English. It's not rhetorical, and it's direct. Help us, there's nothing else. No context, nothing to suggest they are hostile. The commander stared at him for a long moment. Then we prepare a response. But caution first. We must know what we're facing before we choose to act. Over. The next few hours, satellite arrays focused on that distant system. Telescopes scanned the wrecked spaceship, drifting near a gray, lifeless planet. Heat signatures suggested life aboard, but fragile. The ship was half destroyed. Scorch marks and hull breaches carved it open like a wound. The planet below was scarred. Massive craters, no signs of life. But something else hovered, dark shapes. In the atmosphere, moving, they were fast, predatory. The room fell silent as the realization sank in. The object hadn't just sent a signal, it was being tracked by a hunter, a predator, something cold and relentless. An Earth had received the plea. In executive staff, a council gathered, military chiefs, government heads, secret advisors. They debated. Choices weighed on them. Do they send help? Or do they send weapons? Humanity had watched helplessly for decades as aliens visited unofficial abductions, rumors of contact. Governments had covered up small encounters. No one believed the official stories, but here was potential truth. And with truth came power. A junior advisor spoke up, voice unsteady. Sir, our forces are ready. We have the prototype EVA-09. It's fast, armed, and stealth capable. We can reach the system in days. We can offer help or control. We can decide. The commander of Project Black Sky leaned back. His voice was quiet, steely. We answer back, not with pity, not with surrender. We answer with strength. We will send EVA-09, but make no mistake, this mission is not about rescue, it's data, it's security. We answer to Earth first. That night, crews worked in silence. Technicians fitted the warship with sensors, weapons, communication arrays. Soldiers suited up, faces grim. They didn't smile. No photo ops, no heroes welcome. They were the unseen catch in a cosmic trap. Above ground, humans slept unaware. Tomorrow Earth would shift. Tonight, a secret mission was born. Days later, EVA-09 leaped from Earth on a stealth trajectory. It slipped between orbital lines, unseen, unheard. Pilots watched reports. Distance closed. Hours to go. A whisper on the void's edge of human presence. The warship neared the system. A bridge officer tapped a screen. Scans, picking up the ship's signal. Life signs faint. They're spread across the ventral deck. Power irregular, atmospheric seal failing. The captain leaned forward. Open a channel. Soft language translator ready. English first. We don't want to scare them. We want to learn then decide. Static. Moments passed. A hoarse alien voice came through. Broken. ... Friend. Please. ... Coming. Help. ... They hunt. ... The voice died. Static. Silence. Send rescue party, the captain said. But keep all guns cold. This is data. This is mercy in service of Earth's future. In a landing bay inside EVA-09, a small shuttle prepared. 4 soldiers stepped in armed, armored, ready. No words. Each knew the risks. They were stepping into the unknown, into a ship where fear lived. Moments later, the shuttle exited the warship, engines whispering against vacuum. They glided toward the broken alien ship and docked with precise calm. Inside they moved with care, guns raised only when signals flagged life signs. The corridors of the alien vessel were dark, jagged, ruptured. Broken panels sparkled with alien glyphs. Air filters hissed. 2 soldiers passed injured aliens, pale-skinned, slender, terrified. They clutched wounded bodies. They looked hopeful at first, then frightened again. A translator device picked up their speech. They followed us. We begged. They destroyed, now they hunt. One of the soldiers motioned, voice soft. We're not here to hunt you. We're listening. The alien leader emerged, all thin, with large black eyes and scarred armor. Blood dried around its mouth. It looked at the humans with fear and resentment. The translator clicked. Youth, they came with machines. We sent signal. We wanted peace. We wanted to stop them. You were not coming to help. The soldier whispered. We come to see. We come to know. Their eyes met, and in that moment, the gap between species felt small, fragile. But outside, in the darkness, that gap might not matter. They moved inside the alien ship's lab. Flickers of light revealed broken glass tubes, bizarre instruments, and bones. Human bones, skeletal remains. Warm stains dyed in body fluid. The soldiers paused. The alien leader noticed. With sorrow it raised its slender hand. We tried to learn them. We thought we could evolve them. But we lost them here. We apologize, the translator repeated. The soldiers froze. Apology met confession, regret. But what did it mean? Back on EVA-09, the bridge lit up with alarms. The Predator had arrived. Sensors screamed. Gravimetric anomalies indicated something or more had moved into the local system. Something big. Outside the battered ship, shimmering silhouettes, emerged void shapes that pulsed insets of darkness and light. They were massive, hungry, calculating. They moved toward EVA-09 and the alien ship. They came for what was left. The captain spoke over comms. Abort rescue. Extract team. Weapons online. Prepare to engage. They came with a signal, but they brought danger. Earth must know. The shuttle team heard the warning. Move fast. One soldier barked. The injured aliens carried extra life signs. They rushed for the shuttle. The Predator shadows lengthened outside windows. Inside EVA-09, the medical bay cared for the alien survivors. Scientists scanned samples. Weapons hum. Outside, the void monsters drifted closer. In the bridge, the captain declared, we lost time. Now we reclaim it. Set defensive formation. Weapons ready. Send update to Earth Command. We have survivors. We have threat. We engage on mission terms. Lower decks flooded with armed soldiers. They waited at stations. Fingers flexed. They were ready. In the shadow of the alien ship, the Predators glowed. They pulsed with dark energy. They threatened to consume every part of the system. But Earth's warship stood firm. The captain ordered a volley. Turrets lit. Energy beams scorched space. The void creatures flinched but advanced. They were not deterred. They were relentless. But EVA-09 had prepared. Missile pods opened. Smart warheads launched. They rocked the Predators. They split and danced in patterns. The Predators recoiled, hesitated, then rushed in. In that moment, humans and injured aliens watched through reinforced windows. They saw human might against cosmic danger. A message formed in thin slices of light. Earth would not yield. The lead Predator shattered. It exploded in a silent flash. Others faltered. The void creatures retreated, slinking into the darkness. Silence returned. On the bridge, the captain exhaled. Contact Earth. Tell them. Situation under control, but greater threat inbound. They called for aid, but they got Earth's wrath. The signal room and bunker buzzed. The live feed showed the warship and the lab with those injured aliens. The words on the screen read, EVA-09 mission active. Hostile entity engaged. Survivors aboard. A single sentence echoed in every hearing cell. Earth answered the call. Not with mercy. With steel. And something else. Maybe hope. Or warning, because, in the stars, there were many signals, but Earth would only answer one way. Tonight, humanity spoke, and it spoke loud. The corridor lights inside EVA-09 hummed as the rescue shuttle doors opened. Soldiers in dark armor carried injured aliens, pale, tall, fragile, from the shuttle to the medical bay. The ship's hum echoed with soft beeps of machines and the rustle of heavy fabric. Human and alien bodies shared the hall. connected by bandages, stabilizers, guided for drips. Every step carried weight. In the medbay, Dr. Mira Chen and her team worked in shifts. Equipment that had once studied aliens with fear now worked to save them. Soft lights bathed the room. Walls reflected empathy. In Earth's darkest tool, mercy glowed. Around a stretcher lay for aliens, each hooked to tubes and monitors. The Talist Setheri opened his eyes. He blinked slowly, as though he saw the world for the first time. The translator device whispered his words into basic English. Pain, thank you. Mira knelt beside him, her voice gentle. You're safe. You're human safe. We'll help you. He stared at her. The translator faltered. Then, you saved us. Why? She paused. Because we can, we should. He looked away. You came not to save. You came to fight. I know that voice. Your captain. He promised wrath. Mira sighed. We did. But we also heard you. We will do both. Behind the curtains, 2 soldiers stood guard. They watched every movement, every breath, every heartbeat. Because though Earth had shown force, it also now showed compassion. And power without compassion is a lie. In a briefing room, for soldiers, in full gear, Lieutenant Nash, Sergeant Diaz, Corporal Liu, and Tech Specialist Vigor sat, with Setheri, translator module active. Earth's power hummed from the view window behind them where stars danced. Nash spoke. You sent a call, we answered. Now, tell us everything. Setheri closed his eyes. The translator buzzed, then whispered, we escaped. We fled from them. Who? Vega asked. He looked at the human team, fear mixing with resolve. The Void Eaters. They came, they destroyed my world. They followed us, they took our fleet, they killed many. And you didn't fight back, Liu said. Tried, Setheri said. But our ships are fragile. Their forms, they are not ships. They are darkness. They flow, they twist, they break ships. They swallow stars. He paused. The 4 soldiers leaned in. 1 ship alone. It tore through our defenses. 10 of us were left. We sent the signal because we could not hide. We prayed. Nash's voice was flat. And we came. We fought. A moment passed. Then, but Earth, you are stronger. Fire burns in your bones. Diaz added. We fight, but we learn. What happened to your fleet? Setheri nodded. Lost. Gone. Vanished. He stood, weak but determined. The translator rendered his words. And if we stay here, we die. If we go back to other worlds, we die. We ask you, help us hide, help us survive. Nash closed his eyes. Then he looked at his team. Captain Rourke gave the order, we rescue. But Earth is not some rescue force. We are a shield, Liu said. What do you need? Setheri swallowed. A place, a ship, a way to. Wait. Diaz looked at Vega Tech. Vega nodded. We can adapt a shuttle. Add cloaking, add scramblers. We can hide you in deep space. The 4 soldiers exchanged looks. It was silent and heavy. Then Nash made the call. We will help you. You will be our guests, but you're under Earth command. Setheri closed his eyes. He bowed his long head. The translator clicked. Thank you. In the engineering bay of EVA-09, teams worked fast. Alien survivors now housed in medical. Soldiers cleared cargo. Engineers tore apart the shuttle's core. Tech specialist Vega oversaw the upgrades, scrambler, arrays, power dampeners, signature void field. A ship invisible to all simple scans. Sergeant Diaz watched from the door. He asked Vega, think it's enough? Vega didn't smile. It will hide them from Earth standards. But the Void Eaters, they might still see it. We pray they don't. Diaz frowned. We pray they don't follow us. Vega looked at the raw metal of the shuttle being refit, at cables and empty hull. Frame's hope is not a plan, but it's a place to start. They worked in silence. Outside, stars gleamed. Earth's ship floated, near the alien vessel. Both watched the same sky. Below, in EVA-09's holding cells, 2 lesser aliens stirred. Weak, broken, cold. Dr. Mira visited. One was a female as a reed, eyes wide with fear. The other, male Korath, orbits her like a guard. Myra placed a small bowl of nutrient paste. Translator murmured food. They stared. Korath's voice calm. We eat together. Mira nodded. You will heal. I will ask you questions later. Do you understand? They looked at each other. Korath nodded. Translator clicked. Yes, Mira. Left them to eat. As she walked, she thought, these aliens are fragile physically, mentally, but their strength might be their wisdom. They had not died. They had survived. And here's Earth. Stronger, faster, alive. That combination could spark new hope or terrible war. In the command deck, Captain Rourke watched sensors and video. The alien ship had nearly recovered power. EVA-09 had enough fuel for deep transit. The upgraded shuttle waited. Nash entered. 2 volunteers, Sethary and Korath. Shuttle ready in a few hours. Rourke nodded. Good. What about Seth? Offer to help. Nash paused. He wants to share tactical data. Predators' patterns. How they hunt. We could learn it. Or we could kill them. Rourke stared at the stars outside. He spoke softly. Load everything. I want that data. Every frequency, every shift pattern. He gives it. We analyze it. We prepare. We strike back on our terms. Nash nodded. Understood. Rourke sat back. We fight with mercy, and by mercy, we gain advantage. Our world, our galaxy might depend on this. 4 hours later, the shuttle upgraded and Black was ready. It drifted in EVA-09's hangar. Sethary and Korath stood by it, beside Nash and Vega. Sethary's translator clicked. We are ready. Nash replied. Earth trusts you. We trust you. Sethary bowed, his voice bittersweet. I will not forget. They boarded. Hatch closed. The shuttle powered up. A small crowd of soldiers watched. Dr. Myra and Vega gave supportive nods. Captain Rourke watched from the command deck. The shuttle left the ship. Its engines whispered. It glided through the hangar bay, then into space. Its scramblers flared to life, making it almost vanish. Rourke pressed his short-range link open. Keep it secure. You are cleared to take refugees to Cloak Station 1, deep in uncharted space. We'll monitor and wait. The shuttle pilot replied. Copy EVA-09. Leaving now. Thank you. Then, silence. The stars swallowed it. Alone in the command deck, the tension shifted. EVA-09 hummed. Machines warmed, and somewhere in deep space the survivors carried hope. 5 hours later, a message arrived. Shuttle, in cloak. No contacts, coordinates locked. The shuttle had vanished. No tracks, no echoes. A success. Captain Rourke exhaled and said, They're safe, at least for now. Nash stood beside him. They will survive, with our help. But question is, will they stay hidden, or bring attention? Rourke stared forward. Let them choose. We gave them choice. Now we watch. In the medical bay, Mira studied the alien data logs Sethary had shared. Planetary scans, mental patterns, battle tactics. She marveled at the clear structure. The aliens were organized, civilized, trying to reclaim lost things. Sethary had shared maps to his homeworld. Hidden temple, a place where ancestors stored reserve data. Maybe more survivors lingered there, but with the shuttle gone, Mira wondered. Could they reach it? She looked at the glowing monitor. A star map lit up. Hidden temple, digital ghost ship, ghosts that might still hide in the dark. She tapped a file, possible coordinates for strike or rescue. She flashed a question to the command deck. Captain, shall we? That night, EVA-09's crew rested. Soldiers slept in stations. Engineers hovered near consoles. Doctors watched screens. And Captain Rourke sat alone, viewing the galaxy. He thought back to Earth, fleeing ignorance. Earth stood because humans never gave up. They answered calls with violence and kindness. Earth's path was not easy, but they had chosen it. He raised his voice to come. Prepare Phase 2. Nash heard it in his quarters. He sat up. Phase 2, sir. Continue exploration. Search beyond this system. Use alien logs. Find hidden worlds. Locate survivors. Or prey. Nash understood. Earth was not leaving. It was going deeper. In the deepest data vaults of EVA-09. Engineers mounted Sethary's data into the mainframe. Alien logs unlocked. Scans of planets, stations, remote fleets, ancient whispers of war, artifacts of power. Tech specialist Vega studied them with fascination. He whispered to himself, this data, it could power Earth's AI for a century. He tapped a screen. Alien runes translated. Star maps lit up. Coordinates formed. A path across sectors. He stood and called the captain to the door. Sir, you need to see this. Rourke arrived. He watched maps shift. Nodes appeared. These are real. Hidden worlds. Refuge. Or weapons. He nodded slowly. Plot a course. We go. But with caution. We leave no trail. We learn everything. Vega looked at Rourke. We are explorers now. Rourke's voice was steady. Yes, explorers. With swords. The corridor lights inside EVA-09 hummed as the rescue shuttle doors opened. Soldiers in dark armor carried injured aliens, pale, tall, fragile, from the shuttle to the medical bay. The ship's hum echoed with soft beeps of machines and the rustle of heavy fabric. Human and alien bodies shared the hall, connected by bandages, stabilizers, guided for drips. Every step carried weight. In the medbay, Dr. Mira Chen and her team worked in shifts. Equipment that had once studied aliens with fear now worked to save them. Soft lights bathed the room. Walls reflected empathy. In Earth's darkest tool, mercy glowed. Around a stretcher lay for aliens, each hooked to tubes and monitors. The Talist Setheri opened his eyes. He blinked slowly, as though he saw the world for the first time. The translator device whispered his words into basic English. Pain, thank you. Mira knelt beside him, her voice gentle. You're safe. You're human safe. We'll help you. He stared at her. The translator faltered. Then, you saved us. Why? She paused. Because we can, we should. He looked away. You came not to save. You came to fight. I know that voice. Your captain. He promised wrath. Mira sighed. We did. But we also heard you. We will do both. Behind the curtains, 2 soldiers stood guard. They watched every movement, every breath, every heartbeat. Because though Earth had shown force, it also now showed compassion. And power without compassion is a lie. In a briefing room, for soldiers, in full gear, Lieutenant Nash, Sergeant Diaz, Corporal Liu, and Tech Specialist Vigor sat, with Setheri, translator module active. Earth's power hummed from the view window behind them where stars danced. Nash spoke. You sent a call, we answered. Now, tell us everything. Setheri closed his eyes. The translator buzzed, then whispered, we escaped. We fled from them. Who? Vega asked. He looked at the human team, fear mixing with resolve. The Void Eaters. They came, they destroyed my world. They followed us, they took our fleet, they killed many. And you didn't fight back, Liu said. Tried, Setheri said. But our ships are fragile. Their forms, they are not ships. They are darkness. They flow, they twist, they break ships. They swallow stars. He paused. The 4 soldiers leaned in. 1 ship alone. It tore through our defenses. 10 of us were left. We sent the signal because we could not hide. We prayed. Nash's voice was flat. And we came. We fought. A moment passed. Then, but Earth, you are stronger. Fire burns in your bones. Diaz added. We fight, but we learn. What happened to your fleet? Setheri nodded. Lost. Gone. Vanished. He stood, weak but determined. The translator rendered his words. And if we stay here, we die. If we go back to other worlds, we die. We ask you, help us hide, help us survive. Nash closed his eyes. Then he looked at his team. Captain Rourke gave the order, we rescue. But Earth is not some rescue force. We are a shield, Liu said. What do you need? Setheri swallowed. A place, a ship, a way to. Wait. Diaz looked at Vega Tech. Vega nodded. We can adapt a shuttle. Add cloaking, add scramblers. We can hide you in deep space. The 4 soldiers exchanged looks. It was silent and heavy. Then Nash made the call. We will help you. You will be our guests, but you're under Earth command. Setheri closed his eyes. He bowed his long head. The translator clicked. Thank you. In the engineering bay of EVA-09, teams worked fast. Alien survivors now housed in medical. Soldiers cleared cargo. Engineers tore apart the shuttle's core. Tech Specialist Vega oversaw the upgrades, scrambler, arrays, power dampeners, signature void field. A ship invisible to all simple scans. Sergeant Diaz watched from the door. He asked Vega, think it's enough? Vega didn't smile. It will hide them from Earth standards. But the Void Eaters, they might still see it. We pray they don't. Diaz frowned. We pray they don't follow us. Vega looked at the raw metal of the shuttle being refit, at cables and empty hull. Frame's hope is not a plan, but it's a place to start. They worked in silence. Outside, stars gleamed. Earth's ship floated, near the alien vessel. Both watched the same sky. Below, in EVA-09's holding cells, 2 lesser aliens stirred, weak, broken, cold. Dr. Mira visited. One was a female as a reed, eyes wide with fear. The other, male Korathor, her like a guard. Myra placed a small bowl of nutrient paste. Translator murmured food. They stared. Korath's voice calm. We eat together. Mira nodded. You will heal. I will ask you questions later. Do you understand? They looked at each other. Korath nodded. Translator clicked. Yes, Mira. Left them to eat. As she walked, she thought, these aliens are fragile physically, mentally, but their strength might be their wisdom. They had not died. They had survived. And here's Earth. Stronger, faster, alive. That combination could spark new hope or terrible war. In the command deck, Captain Rourke watched sensors and video. The alien ship had nearly recovered power. EVA-09 had enough fuel for deep transit. The upgraded shuttle waited. Nash entered. 2 volunteers, Setheri and Korath. Shuttle ready in a few hours. Rourke nodded. Good. What about offer to help? Nash paused. He wants to share tactical data, predators' patterns, how they hunt. We could learn it, or we could kill them. Rourke stared at the stars outside. He spoke softly. Load everything. I want that data. Every frequency, every shift pattern. He gives it. We analyze it. We prepare. We strike back on our terms. Nash nodded. Understood. Rourke sat back. We fight with mercy, and by mercy, we gain advantage. Our world, our galaxy might depend on this. 4 hours later, the shuttle upgraded and Black was ready. It drifted in EVA 09's hangar. Setheri and Koroth stood by it, beside Nash and Vega. Setheri's translator clicked. We are ready. Nash replied. Earth trusts you, we trust you. Setheri bowed, his voice bittersweet. I will not forget. They boarded. Hatch closed. The shuttle powered up. A small crowd of soldiers watched. Dr. Myra and Vega gave supportive nods. Captain Rourke watched from the command deck. The shuttle left the ship, its engines whispered. It glided through the hangar bay, then into space. Its scramblers fled to life-making. It almost vanished. Rourke pressed his short-range link open. Keep it secure. You are cleared to take refugees to Cloak Station 1, deep in uncharted space. We'll monitor and wait. The shuttle pilot replied. Copy EVA 09. Leaving now. Thank you. Then, silence. The stars swallowed it. Alone in the command deck. The tension shifted. EVA 09 hummed. Machines warmed. And somewhere in deep space, the survivors carried hope. 5 hours later, a message arrived. Shuttle, in cloak. No contacts, coordinates locked. The shuttle had vanished. No tracks. No echoes. A success. Captain Rourke exhaled and said, They're safe, at least for now. Nash stood beside him. They will survive, with our help. But question is, will they stay hidden, or bring attention? Rourke stared forward. Let them choose. We gave them choice. Now we watch. In the medical bay, Mira studied the alien data logs Setheri had shared. Planetary scans, mental patterns, battle tactics. She marveled at the clear structure. The aliens were organized, civilized, trying to reclaim lost things. Setheri had shared maps to his homeworld. Hidden temple, a place where ancestors stored reserve data. Maybe more survivors lingered there. But with the shuttle gone, Mira wondered. Could they reach it? She looked at the glowing monitor. A star map lit up. Hidden temple, digital ghost ship, ghosts that might still hide in the dark. She tapped a file, possible coordinates for strike or rescue. She flashed a question to the command deck. Captain, shall we? That night, EVA 09's crew rested. Soldiers slept in stations. Engineers hovered near consoles. Doctors watched screens. And Captain Rourke sat alone, viewing the galaxy. He thought back to Earth, fleeing ignorance. Earth stood because humans never gave up. They answered calls with violence and kindness. Earth's path was not easy, but they had chosen it. He raised his voice to come. Prepare Phase 2. Nash heard it in his quarters. He sat up. Phase 2, sir. Continue exploration. Search beyond this system. Use alien logs. Find hidden worlds. Locate survivors. Or prey. Nash understood. Earth was not leaving. It was going deeper. In the deepest data vaults of EVA 09. Engineers mounted Setheri's data into the mainframe. Alien logs unlocked. Scans of planets, stations, remote fleets, ancient whispers of war, artifacts of power. Tech specialist Vega studied them with fascination. He whispered to himself, this data, it could power Earth's AI for a century. He tapped a screen. Alien runes translated. Star maps lit up. Coordinates formed. A path across sectors. He stood and called the captain to the door. Sir, you need to see this. Rourke arrived. He watched maps shift. Nodes appeared. These are real. Hidden worlds. Refuge. Or weapons. He nodded slowly. Plot a course. We go. But with caution. We leave no trail. We learn everything. Vega looked at Rourke. We are explorers now. Rourke's voice was steady. Yes, explorers. With swords. A week passed. EVA 09 moved to the next sector. No predators had followed. No signals rising, but soldiers remained alert. Guns ready. Eyes on scopes. Waiting. In the medical bay. Myra found unexpected answers. Celine, a data interpreter, was recovering. She spoke. Translator whispered. I remember flashes. My home had silent bells, giant metal rings that echoed across valleys. Myra smiled. What else do you recall? Celine closed her eyes. An echo. A song made of light. It called me. Myra paused. A song of light. Could it be a beacon? Celine opened her eyes. Yes, we built it long ago, hidden, to call our kin home, but we lost contact. Mira stood. A hidden beacon, lost survivors, hidden world sit and a song made of light. She reported up the chain. They had a beacon. It's our next target. Back in the command deck, Rourke heard the news. He looked at his officers, at screens, at the stars. He said, set course. We chased the beacon. Nash asked, Commander, shall we bring the shuttle back, or move fast? Rourke's gaze was ocean deep. We move fast, pick them up, then we decide. The far edge of known space, EVA 09 slid into a dark region of cold starlight. No planet here, just drifting rocks and faint glows. Vega scanned for the signal narrow frequency. A song. It pinged. Hot, we have it, Vega said, voice tight. Coordinates locked, Rourke said. Prepare the scout drones. No large ship, no signature. Inside EVA 09's bay, the scout drones soared through vacuums more quiet. Smart. They drifted toward the source, deeper into darkness. Moments later, alarms whispered. Creature signatures. Not void eaters, something else. Silent, old, mechanical, drifting tech. Garfield wrecked. Screams of data filled Vega station. Captain, we found it. He played visual feeder ring. A giant metal ring in orbit around a rock moon, cracked, broken but powerful. A beacon, half alive. Rourke nodded. Excellent. Prepare boarding team. In EVA 09's hangar, 6 soldiers prepared, gear checked, weapons silent, translator modules ready. Nash led them with Myra and Vega. They boarded a small scout capsule. Seconds later, it drifted toward the ring. The beacon loomed, massive, covered in alien runes. Humming. Nash spoke in the capsule. Remember, find survivors. If it's still active, we listen, we learn, we leave them alive. They docked gently. The ring hissed open inside. Darkness and corridors. Lights flickered as they entered. Echoes whispered. A rhythm, a beat. They saw movement. Figures emerged, pale, awake, but frightened. Welcome, a voice said in broken English. Translator clicked. Earth. Nash nodded. We are from Earth. We heard your signal, we came. A small group of aliens refugees stepped forward. They looked at them like stars meeting fire. Their leader, Selena, extended a hand. Translator spoke. We know you, we waited. Nash took her hand. He held it for a heartbeat. Then he stepped back respectfully. We're here to help, he said. Selena nodded. Help us hide. Help us. Remember. In that moment, across starlit corridors, human and alien hands met. Mercy and power entwined. A fragile alliance born. Captain Rourke, back on EVA 09, listened. He whispered, we did right. Nash sent a short message. Beacon survivors secured. No hostiles. Refugees safe. Preparing transport. Rourke came to the bay doors. The capsule glowed. Figures looked like ghosts and hope combined. He thought of Earth below. Humans sleeping, not knowing that far above, new lives drew breath. He brought his fist to his chest in silent salute to mercy, to strength, to unity in darkness. He said softly to himself, this is Earth's answer. The shuttle glided back into EVA 09's hangar, its lights dimmed. Within, scaffolded aliens waited, refugees from the hidden beacon. Earth had answered. They were safe. For now, but safety aboard a warship was uneasy, and the questions weighing on every mind felt heavier than space itself. The hangar doors closed. Soldiers in dark armor formed a silent guard. Human and alien faces lined the walls, nervous, hopeful, uncertain. And on the bridge, Captain Rourke watched data streams and human logs. The galaxy's balance had shifted. In the briefing room, stood before his officers Nash, Vega, Dr. Mira Chen. On the screen behind them, a hologram of the beacon ring and newly arrived refugees glowed. It flickered alive. Rourke spoke. We have 2 groups, Setheri and Korath, Selena's people. That makes 9 total. We rescued them. We gave them hope. But hope can be dangerous. Mira nodded. They are weak from trauma, from loss, but they have knowledge. Ship patterns, predator movement. They want to help. They want strength. Vega added. Their star maps show other hidden worlds. Maybe refuge, maybe weapon caches, or maybe prey to the void eaters. Nash looked at Rourke. So, what do? We help them, but not at Earth's cost. Earth cannot bleed, Rourke replied. Exactly. We are not saviors, and we are not predators. We are humans. Earth answered with strength and mercy. Now we decide if that mercy will make us prey or predator. Late that night, in the medical bay, Dr. Mira checked on Setheri. He stared at the ceiling, lost in the hum of machines. She asked gently, how do you feel? He spoke slowly. I feel hope. With this pain, we are still afraid. You drive monsters away, but you also carry them inside. Mira held his gaze. We learn from you, we need your story. Only then we can protect Earth and you. He closed his eyes then. Ask, but be ready. In the research lab, human and alien data merged. Vega and a small team projected a star map full of hidden sites. Some were fleets lost in darkness, others were black market cache points for weapons. All came with warnings. None were safe until cleared. One data point caught Vega's eye, a site labeled Jadara near a gas giant orbiting a dim star close to the Void Eater's last known patrol route. If the refugees aimed for refuge, this was a trap. But if Earth sought to strike, this was a target. He showed the data to Nash. This is key. We can give them a world or we can take the fight there. Nash considered. We need to talk to them, build trust. We can't send them to a death trap, or Rourke interrupted Overcome's meeting now. In EVA 09's makeshift council chamber, Rourke, Nash, Mira, Vega sat across Sethbury, Selena, Korath, and others. Translator. Devices shared flat English sentences, but emotion came through. We know you want refuge, Rourke said. We know where the hidden worlds are, but we must be honest. Some are unsafe, some are empty, and some are traps for the Void Eaters. Sethbury looked down. We understood. We have lived in fear. Selena spoke softly. JHE Dara ... The songs led us there. Ancestors talked of fields of light, of life reborn, we hoped. Myra said, we care, but we won't send you wrong. We can send a team to scout, but it will be human scouts, to be sure. Selena nodded. We trust Earth's strength, but we also trust Earth's mercy. Rourke leaned forward. Then we speak now. We offer both. We will help you find true refuge and strike at the enemy when it makes sense. One of the younger aliens, Lauros, spoke. If the Void Eaters come, will we fight? His tone was quiet but firm. Nash replied, we will fight, but we will not send you as cannon fodder. We protect you, we'll lead. You decide when to fight, or when to hide. Laura's eyes glowed. Thank you. After the meeting, soldiers and aliens gathered food. Vega spoke to Korath quietly, asking about their culture. Korath spoke of star gardens, of fields of wildflowers bigger than cities, of sky cities floating above oceans of light. Outside, the hangar window reflected both worlds, human warships and alien hope. Inside, small moments mended wounds, but in all this the Predator lurked. Sensors on EVA 09 registered strange energy pulses, weak but purposeful, like a whisper of far footsteps. Something circled the system. It hunted, but the sensors couldn't see. Rourke stood with Nash. They're here. Maybe within range. Or maybe probing us. We must assume they know about this system now. Nash shut his eyes. So they follow us. They follow them. Rourke quietly responded. Then we lead them somewhere. We draw them away. We protect the innocents. Preparations began the next day. EVA 09 launched two stealth drones, Echo Mark II toward Jadara, fitted with cloaks, sensors, biostations. They would enter the world and map signals, look for threats. Vega's fingers flew over controls. Sethbury watched from a screen. He said, if there is life there, our people will go. We want it. Rourke nodded. On one condition. We guide. We protect. But Earth holds decision. You get the world only if it is safe. Selena bowed her head. We accept. The drone slipped into Jadara's silent orbit. Planet below seemed quiet, but signals flickered. The drones paused. One caught movement of fleet. Ancient ships buried under gas layers. Another saw dim power cores humming. Then everything went silent. A spike on one feed. Drone lost signal, then a scream of data. Something dragged it away. Rourke slammed his fist. They're here, Nash barked. Bring drone home. But drone didn't reply. Vega tapped controls. We lost it. Meters flashed. Red. They brought it back manually. It drifted in. Screens showed half of it gone. Twisted. Inside lab. Engineers reached in. The drone's memory core glowed. They extracted logs. Video. A flash. A shape. Then ... Darkness. Stalker energy wrapping. It. Silence. Rourke said calmly. They patrol it. That world is not safe. We end scouting. Selena closed her eyes. Then no refuge. Then we stay here, Nash added. Until we understand more. Until we can fight or fly better. Rourke agreed. We adapt. We wait. But that means this vessel is your home for now. Selena nodded. We understand. But waiting bred tension. Refugees lived in corridors, soldiers on alert. That night, a power hiccup in one sector caused panic. Alien families feared attack. Human soldiers flinched at false alarms. Trust flickered. Rourke convened his officers. We can't hide above this system forever. We eat resources, mistrust grows, morale drops. Mira added, the aliens need mental rest. They need a purpose, and we need to know jumping point. Vega said, we have data from beaconers. We can scan deeper, listen for other signals. Rourke resolved, we go deeper, we search. We keep refugees safe in shuttle in cloaking mode. We find a system with faint life but not hunted. We start there. Early next day, shuttle loaded with refugees and escorts departed. Cloak activated. It slipped into darkness. The hangar was quiet when the doors closed. EVA 09 hummed, changed course. On the bridge, Rourke said softly, Godspeed. Nash replied, may the stars guide them. Several hours later, EVA 09 accelerated toward uncharted sectors. Vega sifted through logs from the dropped drone. He found a hidden patina, repeated pulse, not predator but old instruments, abandoned deep space music beacons, faint but distinct. Mira studied Setheri's logs. Those beacons, they were once part of a network, a communication web. Ancestors tried to use them to warn each other of predators, maybe still alive. Rourke processed it, so there could be other listening worlds, refuge or warposts. Nash shook his head. Either way, we will find them in the shuttle. Refugees sat in calm darkness. Selena looked out at stars through a lens and whispered, at last, we go home. Korath took her hand. Thanks to Earth. Selena closed her eyes and replied, yes, to Earth. In EVA 09's bridge, Rourke watched the stars. He felt the tension in his chest. He spoke softly, to no one. We offer hope, to aliens, but we also carry wrath. We are caught in between, predator or prey. Nash approached. Sir, Rourke turned. We have to remain humans. We have to choose. Power without mercy is war. Mercy without power is weakness. We must stay stronger for all. Nash nodded. Then we do both. Rourke said, yes, we protect, we seek, we prepare. This is Earth's answer. And so the warship sailed into the unknown, a ship built for war, filled with compassion, hunting hope in cold stars. They carried refugees, memories, data, fear, and humanity's hardest choice, to stay predator, or slip into prey. The shuttle disappeared into the dark of deep space. EVA 09 adjusted its trajectory. Its next mission loomed, Jadara, the ghost planet, a world half alive with alien beacons, scouts, and danger. And now, humanity planned a strike. In the command deck, tension built. Captain Rourke stood with his officers, Lieutenant Nash, Tech Specialist Vega, and Dr. Myra Chen. They watched beacons flicker on sensor readouts, 3 active stations around Jadara's orbit, but last drones showed predators patrolling too. There was no safe path. Vega spoke first. The ghost drones picked up structures on the surface, old refineries, abandoned outposts, possibly weapon caches. Someone used it. Rourke asked, for what? Vega answered bluntly, war. Myra pointed at the map. These are civilian settlements. Refuge. They may need help or evacuation. Nash added, but we can't just send the refugees blind. They'll die. Rourke studied their faces. We strike first. Take out the predator patrols around Jadara, then we extract any survivors. The refugees stay cloaked until we return. We go in fast, hard, and silent. They nodded. Down in the hangar bay, soldiers and engineers stood before weapons crates, stealth missiles, energy blades, warp disruptors. They packed assault modules into EVA 09's drop pods, each door stamped with ghost marks to honor their ghost ship reclamation mission. Sergeant Diaz led the ground team. He looked at his squad. Remember, fast in, fast out. Only clear structures that threaten our ship and crew. We get rocks, power stations, and predators. We don't start wars. They nodded in cold focus. Last checks completed. EVA 09 glided toward Jadara cloaked. Scouts scanned ahead. Patrols stirred in orbit. They moved in unpredictably, skirting the ghost stations. Predators. Rourke pressed his fist to the console. On my order. Drop pods ready. We go live. Inside the pods hissed open. Fury soldiers strapped down. Power shields confirmed. Thrusters fired. One after another. Pods shot toward the planet. Down in orbit. A sudden flash. A predator moved. Massive, dark, twisting on itself. It caught 2 pods in its energy field. Explosions lit against the dark sky. Back on EVA 09. Alarms shrieked. Vega yelled. 2 pods hit. Pods 3 and 4. Return pods launching. Tie down. Second team. Rourke slammed his palm. Warriors, go. Launch the rest. But Diaz had other plans. No, Captain, hold. We lost 2 pods. We go as one unit. We adjust trajectory, pick survivors off the planet level. He risked contradiction, but Rourke saw reason in his eyes. He nodded. Do it. At planet level, Sergeant Diaz and 4 survivors from Eclipse pods moved through canyons toward Ghost Station Alpha. 2 alien engineers from the shuttle followed. They pointed at control panels, corridors, their eyes wide, voice soft. This was a beacon, now ... Silent. Energy beat in the chambers. Shields hummed. The team cracked the entry code. Pods glided in. Inside, they found crate-stolen Earth weapons, human tech, strange implants. Diaz tapped the console. It showed Ghost Station logs, a refugee outpost abandoned in panic. Diaz swallowed. They were here and they left fast. Then the alarms sounded again. Deep rumble, below ground, earthquake. No, it was predator resonance. Low and hungry. Diaz raised his pulse rifle. It's hunting. In the hallway, dim lights swayed. Soldiers moved to guard. Diaz whispered, "We extract, now." Engineers pointed at another exit. They rushed, fear-laced in their steps. But before they could leave, a massive shadow filled the corridor. Predator, dark as void, eyes like broken stars, power thrums around it. It struck. Soldiers fired. Pulses tore into it. Hissed. It reached Diaz, blocked with shield and blade. Sparks flew. The engineer screamed. Behind them, a grenade shook the Predator. It staggered. They broke through and ran out of the station, into the cold winds of HFY. Meanwhile, EVA-09 fired at orbital predators. Grab pulse cannons blasted distortions through space, making void creatures solid long enough to strike. Energy bolts hammered. Beams carved silence. Predator ships collapsed into falling ash, but others scurried away. A squad of stealth drones circled Jadara. They scanned for survivors, for super-air signals. They found the drop team retreating, warp able to pick them up. EVA-09 angled for extraction. On the planet, Diaz's squad ran through dust storms, plasma burns, ruin. They carried the 2 alien engineers, wounded but alive. They hoped the others from pods joined, but they lost contact. They had to move. They reached the extraction zone. Smoke rose. EVA-09's cloaked hover ship flashed overhead. Rescue beams arced down. Soldiers rushed up. The engineers loaded. Diaz waited. Then he loaded last. Just as another Predator burst from rocks, he fired. Raptors sprang. Launcher rockets flared. The ground shook. Predator retreated. Diaz climbed aboard. Engines tore them upward. Dust swallowed the world. Above, EVA-09 watched the hovership wince. It slipped behind. Cloak engaged. They left the planet world behind, silent, back in EVA-09's medbay. The engineers received aid. They trembled, but they were safe. They repeated whispers. Many left lingers in the gas canyons. Beacons turned rock. They wait. Dr. Myra heard them. Her eyes glowed new purpose. Then we go deeper. In the command deck, Rourke watched the feed. Orbital sensors showed deep damage. Predators had withdrawn. Stations Alpha and Beta disabled. Wildfires spread. EVA-09's escape had cleared the planet. For now, he looked to his wounded soldiers. 2 gone, the rest shaken, he said, voice low. We didn't break them. We gave them choice. Earth did that. That matters. Nash added. We saved lives. We cost defenders. But we bought time. Vega pressed a panel, showing orbital predator ghosts fleeing. They called off pursuit. The timers... We only delayed them. They recover fast. Rourke set his jaw. Time is weapon. We hold it. Now we press. He turned to comms. Prepare phase. Alpha cloak shuttles for deeper search. We find survivors. Hidden weapon caches. We deny the enemy. We gift the hopeful. Days passed in blackout. EVA-09 cloaked teams went planet-hopping ghost ships, abandoned relay stations. Each world brought ghosts, empty corridors, humming tech, life-dead ruins. Few survivors, more empty halls, but each step brought data. Vega screens glowed with maps, logs, coordinates. Myra studied survivors rescued. They spoke of more worlds with signals. One a sky city over blue oceans, another an underground enclave. Earth's path spread outward. Silence pressed in or open contact with Earth, yet only this one warship, and its cloaked fleet. On EVA-09's bridge, Rourke met Nash, Vega, Mira. We strike with purpose. We reclaim hope. We deny the predator corridors, Nash said. We also ask, when this ends, what will we do with these worlds? Will they be free, or will Earth claim them? Rourke turned away. The stars lay cold. Then he faced them. We won't claim them. We will protect them and them alone. Earth's burden is protection, not conquest, Myra pressed. Then we announce alliance, not war. We need open signals once we know it's safe. Vega nodded. We can build silent freighters, cloaked, supply partners. Rourke stroked chin. Agenda, protect, supply, warn, wait. Until we can build defense. Then we stand guard. Then we wait for Earth to catch up. In the hollow of EVA-09, soldiers stitched wounds. Aliens prayed with Earth plants. Engineers studied weapon scraps. Researchers tuned frequencies. A gawking light at bay, humans and aliens sharing, learning. A unity built not in comfort, in violence, mercy, and survival. Weeks later, EVA-09 fired a beacon secure encrypted to Earth. The message, Operation Ghost Shield, active. Sites secured. Alpha, Beta, Gamma, survivors recovered. 12. Predator threat active. Allies on board. 7. Next mission. Archive and alley building. Back on Earth, the hidden command centers listened. Leaders leaned forward. They saw proof. They heard mercy. They witnessed wrath. A new vote formed. Expand. Support EVA-09. Build defenses. Send cloaked support vessels. Map unknown worlds. Rourke sent Earth's convoy specs. The warship's old secret mission evolved. It became first of many. Guardians. Late in EVA-09's medbay, Dr. Mira approached one of the engineers. Zetha, now walking, she asked softly, "Will you come with us?" Zetha paused, then smiled. Translator whispered yes. Earth is home. In the command deck, Vega watched star maps migrating. He typed new coordinates. Unreachable worlds. Hollowed-out ruins. Beacons alive. He added notes. Allies. Resources. Danger flags. He looked at Rourke and nodded. Path forward is clear. Captain Rourke stood on bridge, his gaze on silent stars. He thought of Earth war ready, but still sleeping. He thought of the refugees, wounded but alive. He thought of Jadara, ghost and ruin. He spoke softly. We fought without warning. We struck without mercy. We rescued with compassion. We answered the call. We are Earth's wrath and mercy woven together. We hold the line. Nash came to his side. They will know we came for them. They will know we didn't abandon them. Rourke nodded. Yes, this is Earth's promise. And as EVA-09 drifted toward the next ghost world, silver moonlight washed over its hull. A warship built in secret, hidden in darkness, carrying fires of mercy and blades of war lighting the path in cold. Infinite space. The EVA-09 drifted through empty space. Cloaked, soldiers rested, engineers recalibrated drones, and the alien refugees slept, some for the first time in years, without fear. In the command deck, the silence told of calm before a storm. Far away, behind painted metal panels, Project Helix stirred. Helix was Earth's answer to an enemy beyond comprehension. Bio-AI soldiers, half human, half machine, created in secret, each one trained in war and empathy. They were Earth's ultimate edge, adaptive, intelligent, fierce, and controllable. Captain Rourke stood before two Helix units, HO5 Mara and HO7 Gideon. They were awake now, standing in silent attention, scarred skin, glowing, neural lines, hard armor plating. Their eyes glowed with calm intelligence. "Welcome to EVA-09, Rourke said softly. "You are here because Earth needs you. The Void Eaters destroyed worlds. We fight them, we protect others. You are the next step." Mara cocked her head, slightly human gesture. Gideon's voice module clicked into gentle baritone. "We are ready, Captain." Their presence reminded everyone of the edge Earth had chosen. Mercy came with code. Power came with purpose. Below decks, technicians watched plasma reads. Mara's arm flexed, synthesizing data. Gideon uplifted a small drone with ease. Their emotional controls held compassion when needed, aggression when allowed. They were powerful but constrained. Rourke watched them closely, trusting their mission. Protect lives with precision, not destruction. That night, a comms alert shattered calm. Jadara, incoming signal. But it wasn't the refugee beacon. It was Predator resonance, a massage hovering at boundary distance. They were gathering again. Rourke raced to the command deck. "Get me readings," he ordered. Vega replied. "Multiple large forms. Orbital mass close to Predator gathering limits. They're coming back," Nash added. "We broke them last time. They regroup fast. They want us." He paused. "They want the aliens," Myra whispered. "And they might bring more." Rourke turned to the Helix units. "Myra, Gideon, you're deployed. I want strategic defense, not just shields." Mara nodded, acknowledged. Gideon flexed. "We will protect the refugees." His voice quiet. "Sure." Rourke looked out the window. Here they come. High above Jadara, void shapes glowed. Bodies bigger than moons drifted. Tendrils of dark energy pulsed. They closed in, slower this time, but far more of them. EVA-09 powered up, cloak disengaged, gravpulse primed. Stealth drones launched. Rourke said calmly, "Hold fire until I give order. We don't scare the refugees more, we show them protection." The ship surged forward, wings aglow. The predators paused. They scented challenge. They spread out twisting shapes like broken nightmares. Inside EVA-09 walls, Mara and Gideon. Red-eyed Mara strapped a modular rail module to her arm. Gideon activated a drone swarm sphere. Rourke spoke. "Deploy 2 shuttles. Cover any rescue or extraction. Stay with refugees. Keep them safe." Mara nodded and left in stealth suit. Gideon followed. Up front, EVA-09's armory glowed. Soldiers loaded disruptor rifles. Engineers checked PDA logs. Insurgent weapon caches. On the planet's surface, targets ready. Rourke raised his voice. "We strike, but we do not annihilate. We strike the predators, disable their forms enough to stop. Then we block their path." Nash clicked his boots. Weapons locked. EVA-09 opened fire. Gravpulse wave tore through space. Predators solidified. Railguns screamed. The sky lit. Energy bolts struck midnight creatures. They shrieked in silent rips, disintegrating. But they moved as a swarm. Some more of them came. The Helix units appeared in EVA-09's hull. Mega drones dropped to strategic zones, defensive orbits around cloaked shuttles. Mara glowed in the corridor lights. Gideon sent drone swarms into weakened predator forms. Hammer blows. In medbay, refugees huddled. The quake of combat tumbled through bulkheads. Zetha looked at Mira. "Are they safe?" Mira clutched her hand. "They are warriors now. Quiet warriors." Mara's image flashed briefly on medbay feed. She moved with calm precision, leading refugees toward secure alcoves, calming them. Giving hope. Back in command deck, sensors showed predators retreating. But more appeared, undetected beyond sensor ranges. Rourke thought 3 steps ahead. "Signal Earth command. Launch backup cloak drones to offset next wave." Vega complied. Signal sent. Cloak drone grid deploying. The grid dropped in arrays around EVA-09, masking its location and mapping predator paths. The battle turned. Helix and humans fought in sync. Mara and Gideon moved with supernatural synergy, blocking corridors, guiding humans, taking hits that would kill ordinary men, but holding ground. They fought not to kill the aliens but to protect them. Mara subdued a predator in the evac corridor without lethal force binding it in containment lines. Gideon helped clear the area. Side by side with EVA-09 soldiers, they formed a diamond shield around the shuttle bay. Outside, EVA-09 fired final salvo. A ripple of gravitational collapse pushed predator forms past their orbits. They refracted, shimmered, and finally withdrew. Sensor center glowed green. Predator presence dropped by 87%. The worst was over. Silence reclaimed the void. In corridors, the team regrouped. Soldiers and alien survivors embraced. Tears, relief, exhaustion. Mourning for 2 lost pods, but gratitude for the rescued. Mara and Gideon stood quietly. Rourke approached. He said softly, "You did more than protect them. You gave them space to breathe." Mara replied in soft, modulated tone, "Protection without empathy is only violence." Gideon added, "We serve Earth and life." Rourke placed a hand on his console. "You are humans now." That night, refugees gathered in EVA-09's hangar. Sparks of light, simple food, low music. A human soldier played a flute. The aliens listened. First time since rescue, they ate in peace on their own terms. Mira and Zetha talked. Zetha spoke of her world of rivers of silver rain, cities built in cliffs, sky beasts that grazed clouds. Mira listened, amazed. She realized these stories gave life to empty corridors. Later, in the command deck, Rourke finalized next moves. Send cloaked shuttles with Helix to clear next beacon world. Gather logs. Rescue survivors. Build alliance network. Nash asked, "Do we tell Earth about Helix units?" "They're classified." Rourke paused. "They need to know. This is escalation. We can no longer hide power. We reveal carefully." Vega nodded. "Cloak tech, Helix units, ghost worlds, must build a fleet," Mira added, "and create trust with refugees." "Alliance means partnerships, not puppets," Rourke agreed. "We do this right." In the hangar, Mara spoke to Zetha and Selena. She said, "You are free in this ship. You are safe." The translator clicked each word. "Thank you. We will help." Selena responded, "We will teach you songs of the sky paths to our home worlds." Mara tilted her head. We will learn. Before sunrise, EVA-09 launched the first Helix-escorted cloaked shuttle. Mara inside, with 2 soldiers, 2 refugees. Destination, next beacon station, Site Gamma. Rourke watched it go. He whispered, "Go gentle, go fierce, and bring them home." As the shuttle glowed in silent warp, EVA-09 headed into uncharted sectors. Mara and Gideon's silent promise echoed. Humanity unleashed, but restrained by compassion. Rourke looked at the stars beyond. He thought of Earthquake now to war, but still clutching hope. He thought of humans becoming predators or allies, and of Helix units born to lead that path. He spoke softly. "This is Earth unleashed, but with mercy. This is our promise, and we will keep it." They approached the edge of the Void Eater's domain, a place where stars died and light bent. EVA-09's hull trembled as it slipped into the warped space shaped by cosmic horrors. Every screen flickered, every sensor warbled. They were stepping into the lion's den. Captain Rourke stood on the bridge as Vega relayed static-filled updates. Grav distortion at 0.6 to 5. Spatial fluctuations are killing our sensors. It's like walking blind. Rourke did not flinch. "We proceed. We have a path through the collapsed dimension. We trigger the Void Breaker protocol." Myra, standing beside him, asked softly, "Are we ready?" "We risk losing everything," Rourke replied firmly. "Yes, we came here to end this. We give Earth a future, and the galaxy a chance." The Void Breaker protocol was simple in theory, but deadly in action. Use alien fetch cores, human grav tech, and cloaked drone nets to force Void Eater forms into a collapsing micro-black hole. The trap would snap shut and the predators with it. But one thing remained unspoken. The protocol would destroy everything in that region. EVA-09 would hold position and direct the collapse, but it would take time. One pilot, one warrior, might have to stay behind to keep the trap closed. As cloaked drones and grav modules deployed around EVA-09, Mara and Gideon spoke with Captain Rourke. Mara asked, "What is our role, Captain?" Rourke replied, "And Gideon will lead the evacuation shields." "You protect the evac shuttles. They carry refugees and their children." Gideon asked, "What of our safety?" Rourke answered, "You both stay till the last shuttle launches. Then you guide the collapse fields. Then you leave." Gideon nodded calmly. Mara said softly, "Then we fight at your side, till the end, if needed." Down in EVA-09's hangar, shuttle bays buzzed. Refugees boarded with fear but faith. Children cried low prayers. Selena, Satari, Koritz, and others held them steady, repeating words of calm and hope. Nash secured the last hatch. "All clear," he announced. Rourke pressed the shuttles launch. They are safe. Engage Phase 1. Echo drones spun in arcs. Cloaked swarms began mapping predator forms. Grav anchors locked around danger zones, and EVA-09's core hummed with rising power. Then came the storm. Void Eaters surged through collapsed space. They arrived like living shadows, their forms blinking in and out of existence. They knew the trap. They fought back. EVA-09 fired grav pulses, dragging them slightly nearer. Drones latched on. Energy nets ensnared blobs of cosmic darkness. Inside the traps, Helix warriors held steady. Mara drew a blade of plasma, shielding children behind her. Gideon fired energy ordnance, directing drones with calm precision. They moved like wind through chaos. In the bridge, Vega watched sensor lines flicker out. Ghost nodes falling. Rourke announced, "Prepare the final collapse sequence. Once locked, we hold for 30 seconds. Then we must disengage and jump." Mira stood behind him. "Or stay behind," she whispered. "The collapse may pull us." Rourke held her gaze. "Calculate risk. One stays, one escapes with us. Or two stay and Earth loses both Helix." He inhaled. "Gideon, Mara, who stays?" Below decks, Helix units met. Mara's voice was soft. "We trust each other," Gideon replied. "Both of us hold the nets. We fail together, not apart." Mara nodded. "Then I stay." Gideon's eyes flicked with sorrow. "I will come back for you." The collapse sequence began. Grave anchors flared. Energy nets coalesced. The Void Eaters screamed. They sensed the trap but could not break free. Unbridge, Vega's console flared red. Nets locked at 97%. Rourke spoke over the launch shuttles to jump. Location. Evac leads on fleeing path. Below, Helix stood at the heart of the collapse field. Mara and Gideon held nets that glowed like white-hot chains in broken space. Mara whispered, "Hold, hold." Ground shook. EVA-09's hull groaned. Shuttle. Crews boarded. Lights flickered. Vega reported. Collapse threshold in T 15 seconds. Evac shuttles cleared, no life pods left. Rourke spoke firmly. Gideon, get clear. Mara stays. I won't ask you again. Gideon's voice was steady. We accepted this. Above Eva 09 disengaged cloak. Hull glowed. Mara's figure appeared on port view. She glowed in white light holding alien nets and human tech fused. Behind her, Gideon guided last shuttle. Mara said low. Shuttle jumped. Vega hit wall launch protocols. Mara's shields held at 93%. Gideon's shuttle cleared. Mara must leave now unless. Rourke shifted. Signal helix override. Put her in stasis. Extract with EVA-09 jump. Rourke tapped. Override codes. We risk grav flare. Prepare warp engines. Mara held the collapsing nets. She felt the Void Eater clones rip apart inside them. Each snap sounded like thunder. The field weakened. She heard Vega, Marepos cause, ready, stand by. Rourke, voice quiet but urgent, engage now. Mara triggered neural override. She shut Phi's sensors. She fell into near stasis but still held. She felt the field contract. She felt nothing else. Then, the collapse began. Space folded. Lights clenched. Mara did not know the moment she lost 4 more remembered falling. Back on bridge, Vega stared at master console. Mara stasis engaged. Engines in warp flux. Core integrity, 84%. Sensors went wild. EVA-09 shook violently. Then, silence. White light stretched on screens. Then they jumped. Moments later, to them EVA-09 soared into dark space. Lights returning. Mara's stasis field cavity opened. Empty, no figure. Gideon returned walking slowly. Exhausted. Eyes blank, he said. She held the field. She is still inside. Conscious, unhurt for now. Rourke approached him. Then we will bring her home. In the shuttle bay, refugees cried and prayed. They saw Gideon silently bow. Then EVA-09's command chime. Gideon's voice came over intercom. All refugees are safe, thanks to Mara. The ship was quieter than any battlefield. In the med bay, Dr. Myra checked Mara's stasis pod. She saw breathing metrics, stable, soft, alive. But for how long? Rourke appeared. We got her home, now we make sure she lives. Mira nodded. We will on the bridge. Vega reset course. Void Eater forces are gone. Sector collapsing. Whatever remained is extinguished. Nash said quietly. We lost Mara's freedom but saved the galaxy. Rourke stared at stasis pod's readout. 37 days remaining. She'll wake, we'll be ready. Then, we'll honor her with more than words. In the week that followed, EVA-09 recovered the automated drone cores. Refugees helped, some collected alien seeds Mara carried. Gideon sat silent, near the pod. One day, Selena approached him softly. Your friend, she saved us. Gideon's voice was low. She was born for this. Selena paused. We will remember her, in song. On the bridge, Rourke prepared a message to Earth's new allies. Operation Voidbreaker complete. EVA-09 operational. Mira's labs have stasis healing underway. We have deeper data on predator patterns. We propose helix field teams for future missions. He paused, then typed, and 1 hero. Later Rourke visited the stasis pod. He placed a small Earth flag inside. He whispered, Mara, you saved lives, you saved hope, and we will bring you home. His fist touched the glass dot in the silent ship. Humanity's warriors, human, alien, and helix stood together. They had unleashed Earth's wrath and mercy. They had broken a monster. And they had chosen sacrifice. The EVA-09 glided out of the collapsing sector. Space behind it reeled in on itself, swallowing darkness and horror alike. The Void Eaters consumed. The trap closed. Now silence spread across once haunted space. Inside the nest of corridors, soldiers and scientists moved differently. There was fewer alarms, fewer urgent orders. Even Helix presence felt lighter. The ship carried not just wounded bodies, they carried hope. In the medbay, Dr. Mira Chen and Dr. Vega G carefully monitored Mara. The stasis pod was humming, its lights soft. Her vital signs were stable, cardiac rhythm steady, neural nets awake. Recovery was possible, but it would take time, family time. It may take weeks or months. Myra leaned in. She's alive. She wake. We did it. Vega G nodded. She will be hero, but more than hero, she is symbol. Mira's voice softened. A symbol that humanity can fight with mercy. On the bridge, Captain Rourke stood with Lieutenant Nash and Vega. Stars lay calm. Rourke said, our mission ends soon. We have hidden colonies to support. We have refugees. We have Earth to report. Nash replied, Earth knows now. Convoys dispatched. Cloak freighters on the way. Helix units being produced. Vega added, our refitted beacons now protect these ghost worlds. Rourke paused. No more signals from the predators, no more sirens in the void. For now, the hangar bay was quiet. A small group gathered soldiers, Helix units on standby, plus refugees, some holding native plants, small tokens of their homes. They formed a circle around an Earth flag planted against EVA-09's hull. With it stood Captain Rourke, Lieutenant Nash, Selena, Judah, and a silent Helix figure in Stasis Miraz pod. Rourke addressed them softly. We came here as Earth's weapon. We fought in darkness. We set a trap, but we stand now in the light. We came with fire, and we leave with promise. He looked at Mara's pod. To our soldier who gave everything, who held the line so others could live. You will recover. You will walk again. You will be remembered. Nash gently tapped the pod. May Earth's breath give you strength. Selena spoke, voice trembling. We offer our song of sky to you. Build strength. Show peace. From among the refugees, LaRose lifted his hand. You saved my children. You are our friend. The group bowed their heads. A moment of silence fell. Space held its breath. Later, under dim lights of the lounge, soldiers talked with refugees. They shared stories of Earth's green fields, of alien sky beasts, of long-lost songs. Mara's story traveled. The bio-cyborg who stood in the void, alone, holding a trap in broken stars. Some laughed, some wept. A child handed the poem she crafted on paper, simple English and alien glyphs, woven for Scarlet of Light. Scarlet, Mara's true name, imprinted on a battery tag. A soldier accepted it gently. He read, in darkest hole, Scarlet stood alone, holding night so we could go home. He looked at veterans around him. They nodded. This was more than war. In the lab, Dr. Chen found a file Selena had gifted, an alien star atlas. Inside, marked worlds of refuge, survivors scattered. Some never activated beacons. Their locations were uncertain. Humanity had maps now not to conquer, but to guide. Rourke entered. She said, this is bigger than EVA-09. We have to keep working even as others return. He nodded. I agree, but for now we finish what we began. They pocketed the atlas. Aboard the bridge. Vega prepared final transmission. Earth command. EVA-09 mission complete. Operation No More Signals successful. EVA-09 status. Standing by. Mara unit in recovery. Refugees safe. 23 aboard. Cloaked colonies supported at Jadara and Gamma beacons. Next steps, alliance building, reconnaissance, Helix field deployment, end. Rourke reviewed it. He added at the bottom, we came with fire but learned to bring light. He hit send. Down in corridor, a small crowd gathered. They watched the space view window. Stars drifted past. Earth glowed distant. Their home. Laros whispered to Selena. Never thought Earth would help us. She smiled, eyes bright. Because Earth found strength. And chose mercy. They turned to the window. He said softly, we go home soon. In the hangar, the shuttle with refugees readied for departure. Supplies loaded, locks checked. Pilots, 2 humans, 2 Helix units stood ready. Each of them wore simple uniform, Earth colors and alien patches. Nash approached Selena. We'll escort you to Gamma Station. Then we leave the rest for you to govern. Selena nodded. Thank you. We will name a place Eden's Refuge because Earth gave life again. Nash smiled. We'll be back, your friends. Mara's stasis pod held silent vigil in the medbay. Captain Rourke furnished a personal note. Asterisk Scarlet, we hold the light for your return. You are not lost. Our asterisk. He placed it in the small pocket next to her spider module. The EVA-09 slipped back via stealth jump routes toward Earth's hidden station. Soldiers stood at stations watching, remembering. Refugees hovered, hope and fear in eyes. Helix eunuchs stood silent guard. On the final day, Captain Rourke addressed the crew on the bridge. We fought monsters made of darkness and left them behind. We saved lives we didn't even know existed. We discovered allies who deserve protection, freedom, and respect. We honored sacrifice. We proved Earth can fight without losing its soul. That promise ends our mission. He paused, letting it sink in. He looked at the star chart showing Earth, Jadara, Gamma, and further beacons. Green lines marked guardian paths, he said. EVA-09 mission ends, but our watch begins. Earth will never leave them. We will stay until we build trust, safety, life. He raised his fist to Earth and beyond. The crew echoed, to Earth and beyond. Epilogue. The shuttle departed under full escort. EVA-09 remained in orbit, cloaked, a silent sentinel. Earth's new cloaked convoy arrived over the next day's ships, bristling with supplies, med teams, habitat modules. Mara emerged from stasis, weak but alive. She broke into tears when Rourke, Nash, Selena, and soldiers cheered. She straightened with help-wounded warm home. She saw Selena and whispered, "I'm ready." As the shuttle docked over Eden's refuge, new life began. Field hospitals raised, children greeted, first water pumped, Earth-built red pipes snaked across the gas flats, refugees launched agriculture domes, Helix engineers ran covert systems from cloaked ships, but Mara watched Selena as she sang the sky song. Mara struck chord on alien flute, learned earlier imperfect, but hopeful. They played together. Behind them, EVA-09 remained silent and never need fire again, but ready if fate demanded. And somewhere in stealth orbit above humanity's future, Captain Rourke stood with Vega. They faced silent stars, cold, infinite. Rourke said quietly, "No more distress signals. No more cries of horror. If they come, Earth will answer. Not with wrath alone, but with hope, strength, and mercy. That is our truth. That is our future." Vega nodded. "We kept the light." They turned toward the glow of Earth's shipyard lights in the distance, ready for the next mission, but proud of this one.